Hello friends, welcome to the another video session. Today I'm going to show you uh, initially a few slides that help you to understand what is a API testing, that is more focused on the manual testing, and also I will show you how to do API testing in manually. So at the end of the video session you feel confident to uh, you able to start testing the API in manually. Let's go briefly what we learned in a previous class. We understood like what is API and types of API testing, architecture of the API and popular API testing tools, and types of issues or a defect we can expect while doing the API testing. API testing can be done in two ways. One is manually and one is automation. When project begins, when it is first time it started, so most of things are started in manual way, and once the itself project is growing big, so best option to go for automation, and uh, it will help to you to execute the things in a fast way, and that why uh, we can learn today first initially manual testing, then same thing we can do also automation testing in the next class. In the first video session I like to take you back with a few slides, and you understand more what is API manual testing. So in any project, when uh, they decided to use APIs, then this would be a in general flow. uh, let's uh, let's imagine you are working in a one project, and normally they start with the future planning, where requirements are gathered from the business analyst or a stakeholder, and they are documented, and then once they're documented and the development team sit together and decide, develop senior developers and software architecture team sit together and decide like what technology they can use for this whole project, and what was a possible option to uh, uh, execute this project in a more smoothly in within a time, within a budget. Once the development scope is decided, development team develop the prototypes. These prototypes uh, already small mockups, working models. They at least cover the main functionality of the planned application. And next, once they have done, then they integrate the API to them, and once API done, then front end development team, UI development do, and at the end testing team do start testing. This is most of the cases it's happened like that. But in the industry you might experience already, all companies work in a little bit different way. There is no there is a standard of the development methodologies, but how handle exactly project it is vary from company to company. For example, in a few companies they prefer to do the documentation for the requirements, and they also do initially UML diagrams and data flow diagrams, and lot of things are documented. Requirements are also verified and validated with the QA team, and once they develop the prototypes also verified by the QA teams, and in once API developed, they also tested by the test QA team, and once a UI development, then the UI out part is also tested. So in a in a in a another in another scenario, few companies not follow these all rules. if you working in some startup, they normally prefer to start doing the gathering some little requirement, main core functionality, and developing the prototypes and implementing API, and uh, same time they start testing. So idea is like this is the in general flow. You can keep in mind, but when you start working in uh, any of the project, maybe these flow will be uh, changed little bit because of how this how the development actually planned to do. Why it is like that? You might see here is a time. So time is everything, and also the resources and budget. If itself project has a less budget, then they can do less, a lot of less activities with the project. And also project is small, it is not complex, then also they do. And also resources, if less team member in the your team, then also it is option. And also time is more important nowadays to bring the product very fast to the market, to challenge the uh, competitive companies of your product. So let's go to the next slide. Understand what types of APIs in the practice with the technology in the industry, and what are their benefits. Uh, there are four type of APIs. One is SOAP, that is Simple Object Access Protocol, and REST, and XML-RPC, and JSON-RPC. These are types of APIs, and why companies are using this API. You have to know why they are using the web services and implementing APIs. APIs bring uh, a lot of advantage to the project to achieve its goal in a less time. Oh, one is time, and but also if you look other points, one you can do automation and manage the work. That means the developer also can write quick and easily unit test, and those tests also manageable. And development and QA team also do the automation test, and automation test of the API is also managed easily. And application flexibility. For example, you have a web store, and it has a different level of users, like a admin and a shop uh, general manager and shop user and content manager. In different hierarchical level you have application. That time the complexity will definitely grow. In such scenario, APIs are bring more flexibility to manage whole application. And API bring the more scope, and it bring the more personalized customer user experience. For example, you have a store, e-commerce store, and you have customer segment like teenagers from 18 to 22, and also the elderly people above 45 to 60 plus. And you want to show them some promotional code with their respect to the age. So, and such kind of push notifications, or such kind of distributed specifically distributed personalized experience, we can manage them very easily with the API calls. And also efficiency. APIs are shared and distributed more easily, and data available at the different level. uh, if your system is has different hierarchies, and you want to show some sort of data to some user and some to other, then it is also important. And integration. API allow to content to be embedded from any site to our application. For example, you have the application, you want to show some information to the one website, and you want to show the another some limited information in another system or another website. That time integration can be done very easily. And personalized. uh, customize the content and services. We already discussed briefly, like you can do lot of customize or personalize API calls. Those can help to show to the end user like in more what he want, and according to his maybe his personality or maybe his interest, we can show some very specific information to him. Such things are managed very easily with the API. And one more benefit is adaptation and data migration. If your system is moving from one server to another, or changing something in architecture level, still that time APIs can be managed in a very easy way. So that why the companies are using, or industries prefer to use more API with any project. Let's go and try to look what are the most famous API testing tool. These are the few trending tools I collected for you. Do not forget there are a lot of custom built tools also there. Custom built tool for API development, also custom built tool for the API testing, and few companies develop them to handle the some complex project. And these are the what you're looking on a screen. These are also the companies who provide the development environment as well as test environment. Not all provide the test environment, but most of them they provide the very good development environment to for the development team to develop their APIs. And today discussion, I'm discussing more about Swagger tool, and also uh, I show you some at the end some practical work, so at the end you feel confident to start doing API testing manually from today onwards. Also, if you look at this companies, you might be heard this SOAP UI and Amazon Web Services and Postman. Those are more trending tools because those tools are more flexible to manage. Those have a more benefit, and those can able to handle the complex project, like if your application dealing with mobile and web and more platforms, then definitely these tools help to build a robust APIs to the development team. As I discussed, also some companies also provide the test environment for the testers. It make tester much more easy to test them what development team is doing same time. For example, this the tool Swagger itself has a development environment, and also it has a test environment. So today I show you only test environment. uh, I will show you some screenshot of the uh, Swagger later. Let's look like what we are going to learn from this video. Today we are focused on manual testing. Definitely that was a goal, and also in the next video I will take you to the automation testing of the APIs using the Postman tool. And this is a screenshot I collected for you. It's from Swagger, and in today's experiment I will show you this one web store, Petstore, actually that help you to understand more clearly picture what it is tool exactly, and what was the options here, what you seeing at the moment in the UI. Let's uh, little bit brainstorm and ask question yourself. If you are new to the API testing, then if you look at the you look on the screen and you see two screens. One is the right side, on left side, and your right side you see this API testing in a black box, and left side you see there is a UI available. uh, Most of if you don't know API testing, then definitely you are doing the left side testing, that is UI functional testing you are doing. But if you know already API testing, or if you're new to API testing, from definitely from today you're able to do API testing in a black box. Why it is black box? Because there is no UI. You not see the user interface, but you still do all kind of operation with it. You will understand more clear picture in the practical work. Let's ask a question now for you, this question for you. And if there is no UI, then we are testing APIs in a black box manner, then what kind of bugs or what kind of defects we able to find them with the project? Okay, if you don't know the answer, then here is I'll show you answer, like then you get more clear picture why we are doing API testing and how it help you to do coverage, test coverage in the UI testing. So API testing help to help to tester to identify a lot of different kind of issues. Those issues same occur in the UI side also. One is a wrong status code and API validations. Component modules are not interacting as expected. HTTP requests are not working. Delay in API response time. To verify API when doesn't return any response data. Response data is not structured. Difficult in the connecting the getting the response from API. Output response should be checked on the basic provided input request. Verification of the API whether it triggers to the some other event or request to another API. Verification of the API whether it is updating or any data structure or a database. So these are all kind of defects we can identify while doing API testing. Let's in this slide I will give you example what kind of bugs you can also get when you're doing UI testing. For example, if you look here, component modules are not interacting as expected. That means they are not doing the get, put and delete operation. Now imagine you have a UI and this UI has a button to add the information of the pet or a serial number for the pet, ID for the pet, and you add this ID and you click on the save button and this information is not updating. So such scenarios we already can detect from the API. And one more example is here, verification of API whether is updating or any data structure. You press update on the front end side, but in back end side it is not updating the data itself. It is not saving this data. And these kind of bugs you already noticed in the UI testing, but those also the same bugs also you can identify, detect from the APIs. And if uh, if your system is attacked by some of the hackers, they normally try to play around with your APIs and also push the data what they want. For example, you have a contact form where you can able to add the person name with the 32 character, and it is validated from the front end but not validated in the API. Then this hacker can also insert any data from APIs using API. So that moment API validations also play a crucial role. You might heard in a news or you may read news about the Google Graphs API hack. So still the companies are not focusing much on API testing. That why it brings some sort of risk and also opportunity to hacker to get into the system. So from this presentation you already got little bit more idea what kind of test we possibly do with APIs and what was their benefit. Let's begin with the practical part where I show you Swagger tool, and you actually I show you operations, and we try to identify some bugs, and we also try some positive testing and negative testing, uh, and try to break down these API calls and try to understand more what exactly they are. Okay, I will navigate you to the website. In your address bar you can type swagger.io. This is a tool from the company called Smart Bear. This is a famous company. Those are more focused on the developing the testers tools for the testing, and also recently they acquired many companies, and they are also providing development environment for the developers. And Swagger is one of the tool that provide the platform for the developer plus testers, where developers can develop their APIs quickly, and same time testers also can test them. In for today's video session we navigate to the tools and we go to the Swagger UI, and here we click on the live demo. Then that means we landed to the our player on test environment, and Swagger itself developed the demo API for the showcase their product. And this this is a Petstore API, and it is technology is in JSON. If you want to check more technological terms, and you want to learn more what exactly and how everything is working more technical deeply, you can go through these links and you can look and read, and it will be help you more to understand. And as you remember, if you go to the this architecture of the API, you might remember we have the options like API call collector, where we have a HTTP header and HTTP request and a response code. In HTTP request, sorry, in HTTP header, we have a in HTTP header we have authentication and response time. And also in architecture we study type of the request it will make, like uh, get, put, delete, options, and connect, and so on. So now you start imagine this scenario where you are working for the pet store, and that your company is building the application for the pet store, and you also have a minimal requirement understanding with this whole project. And just imagine like what was the possible options in a pet store. For example, in a pet store e-commerce store, there might be options like you can add the pet names, and you can search the pet names and also delete the pet names. And your store has a inventory, and that process the orders, and also they have a users like a customer creation and customer listing and the customer updation and customer information deletion. So you just imagine you know only this much of requirement, and you're working for a pet store e-commerce website and start testing it. For this to start begin, you have to do two operations here. First one is you have to click on the authorize option, and it pop up you to add the authorization possibilities. And first one, you have to add the client ID here. I will say my day is API day, and also you need to define the scope, what kind of operation this client ID is supposed to do. It's supposed to do write operation and also read operation. And this API client ID is working with authentication 2.0. If you don't know, then we can check online what it means and you understand more clearly how this authentication work itself. Once you're done, you can click on the authorize and you just close this window, pop-up window, and scroll down and fill this API key in the header that act some secret key to the your whole application. And I will write like my day is nice day. It may be anything, it's any value, and click on authorize, and you see it generated the key. Try to add here long characters always in both places, because many other people's also sometime using this application. If you use same, then it may not accept. No need to click on a logout. If you click on logout, your session will end. So just go here and close this option and start play around. As I told you, you imagine you are working for the pet store, and in the pet store you have a three component. One that store the pet information, one option is for a store, and one is for the user option. These are three modules. In a pet, they all pet related operations are in the pet module, and all store related operations are in the store, and all user related operations are in the user module. We have three modules, and we are playing around with them. And first one is post operation we do. You if you not remember, please look my last slide, last presentation. You understand what is the purpose of post. Post is to create any information. When it create it, the status was supposed to be 201. That means its information is created. And this is a get is to read any information. When it finds successfully any information, it show the 200 code. And also there is option to put is used to update the information, and delete to delete the information from the system. Let's also look the description. What is a post for especially for pet? For a post pet operation is to add the new pet into the store, and put is updating the existing one, and get is to finding out the information, and delete is to delete. Though these are simple operation they showed here, and first I show you to how to use how to do post. So you have to click on this tab, and you have to click on the tryout. You can read more about API parameters online. You also like what happen exactly when API calls happens, you understand more. And you can also select the two formats here, but we only look today on a JSON. We keep JSON and click on a tryout. Once you click try out, this edit window become active. From here you can insert some information that's supposed to be updated in the pet store. We already know what is a post operation to store the new pet information. Example, we have a pet ID. Try to give us some long ID. I give 207 2017 today's date, and it is I copy it for my sake because I am showing you all operation with this ID only, and I also give name to the my pet. My pet name is Mr. Lily. So you can give any information. It's not obligatory. You can do what I'm doing. Also, you can add the IDs here. You can also modify the string information, and also you can add the tags and string, and you can also make status it is available or not. So you can play around, but today I'm only showing with you with the name and the ID. Once you change the value, then click on here execute. Okay, now you got from the response from the CU URL. If you don't know what is URL, please check online. It's a library which help to which help to do interaction between the different protocols. So you can check online what is CURL, and in CURL it processes the information and it bring the results here. The response code is 200. That means we are successfully executed. And if you look in the response body, we got the updated information. One here we once here we did the updation. We sent this information to the server, then in response we got this one. That means APIs are sending the data to the server properly. Okay, if you look this this API, it is in the XML format. You see here the XML version, and more important for us to identify ID of the pet is available here or not is available here, and also name is updated. So that means what did operation the post operation successfully executed. Then once you've done this one, just click on a clear and click on cancel here also, or click here. Okay, that means we able to add the information into the database with the pets. For example, now we did already operation without any UI. You can do same operation when UI is ready. And let's go to do the second operation. We posted the information. Now we try to retrieve or read that information using the get. We get the pet by the pet ID. Click on pet ID, click on a tryout and add your ID here and click on execute. It's supposed to bring our pet name Mr. Lily with this ID. Click on execute. See URL executed and response code is 200. That means successful. Response body, we got the information. We got the information successfully. So let's play around more and click on a clear here, and And now here in this operation get by id, give a wrong id. For example, if you give a wrong id, what before I showed you, this is a positive scenario where you able to put the pet by the id with the name, and also in a second option you able to retrieve, you can find or you can search this id with the id this pet. Now what happened in the negative testing, we give a wrong value and try to identify whether it will fetch any information or not. For example, we don't have any such id added. I click on execute. Now response code is 404. That means also in the body it show this pet not found. That means there is no such information stored. If you look see URL more carefully, you also see more information about the API key here. So you play around, you understand more what exactly this operation and how it is working. Now click on a clear. We do some more negative testing. Now what we do, we try to delete the pet id. Click on a try it out. If you look here, API key is not compulsory, but pet id is compulsory. I give you pet id. Okay, give you pet id. That we remember pet id is today date. And click if I give 777, that is not available. It's supposed to be not execute this call. Just click on execute. You see 404 not found. There is no such information available. Now what I do, I click on a clear. Now I remove and I will delete now real id. Once I deleted, I try to search again with the get, then we will see. Now I first delete here, click on execute. This time it's successful and it deleted this id from the system. That means Mr. Lily it's not available anymore in the system itself. Now I try to show you how I can try to get again this information. I go to the pet id and click on try it out and add the pet id. This is our pet id and click. You remember already we are deleted. Suppose it not need to show 200, it need to show 404. Just click on execute. You see now it's showing 404 and pet not found. That means successfully this pet id is deleted. What this example show you, that within this pet module the sub modules are interacting properly. That means you already verified the requirements from the using API. When project begins, when they write the APIs, they normally do some manual testing. That time with the development team you also get involved and start playing around this API, so you get more information. Let's understand more. This is a simple operation wise I showed you. Let's check more some validation side of the APIs. For example, I want to put the pet id in a different way. I click on try it out and instead of this id I use some special characters. As we know, it's supposed not to be accepted because IDs always are with the numbers and they are unique numbers. And I click on the execution. You see it show 400. It display the bad input. Now imagine you are doing same operation in the user interface where you insert the pet ID with a special character. It's supposed to not accept. So such kind of early validations you can do from the APIs. I can show you one more example where here we give the proper ID, but we manipulate and we remove the API format itself. We play around with the API format and we try to insert invalid API, removing the double quotation for here. It is much more clear for with your name. Now I click on execute. It's supposed to not take. Okay, 500. Something bad happened. See, this is a API validation testing. So normally developers have some good documentation or limited documentation for API. Do not forget to ask them when you start beginning testing, and this help you to understand more and help to the team to stabilize this product, your working project more easily. Such kind of operations we can do. Now for you the work is to you can play around. Now I just played around with the pet module, and but you can play around pet and store module together and store to user. So in this way you understand more picture and more scenarios how actually you able to do the API testing. Remember, when project begins they normally go for a manual testing because they are developed very something very small. There is no need to put automation effort that time, and automation is good for the big projects and something complex you are managing. That time automation is good, but if it project itself a very small and you can still do a lot of things in manually, then of course manual testing is much more better in such scenarios. So this is what I wanted to show you, friends. And if you go to the authorized version and if you click on a logout, here your session will end. That means you're out of the system. Now if you want to do operation, they're supposed to not work because you already out from the system, you logged out from the Petstore. So this is what my intention to show you how you can approach for the manual testing of the APIs and what were the benefit and what kind of the bugs you can detect with the API testing, and what was the benefit of the using the API testing. I hope you liked my video, and do not forget to share this API testing video to your friends, and if you like also comment to it. Also in a comment write also some more information how you testing, and also you can say you what kind of tools you are using that to help other audience, other viewers also to know what kind of tools are that in the practice, so they also increase their knowledge with the videos. So thank you, friends. See you in the next video. In the next video I show you how to do the automation testing using the Postman tool, uh, that that uh, that give you the next level and also give you confident what you need to do with the automation testing. Thank you, friends. See you next video.